happening here?
Hi, hi, hi.
Hello,
So this
hello.
is, yeah, this is just like a raw conversation between two friends. We really don't have any topics, so if you joined in order to get insights on tactics and campaigns, then fuck you. This is not gonna happen. And Attila, those like generic podcast questions. How did you start? What was the point in time you felt that?
Yeah,
It feels like even AI would go to sleep. If
I agree.
it zooms out. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Uh, Wait, let me focus it on the fucking hand. Okay, hopefully that would work. It doesn't work. Fuck. Oh, it does. Yeah, so I think it's the first time we're both wearing white. I don't know why I felt the need to emphasize this, but rarely. I don't know if you ever saw me wear white. I don't know what's the deal with like wearing white.
You're lightening up.
Yes, I guess
From
it's
your
just
dark past, you're becoming
for my
bright.
for my black history,
Yeah.
but no, it's maybe it's this fucking pregnancy that got me so fat. You're losing weight, I'm gaining whatever you're gaining, so it's
Hey,
I feel
you're
like if I
just.
don't hold my chin up, it's gonna spill all over the shoulders.
And you were just in France, right? So there's no way you can say no to all the good food over there.
You know what? Me and Avital are not foodies. We do go to restaurants, but we always like joke that we always order from the kids menu. If there's like the basic pasta, no seafood, and also she's pregnant, so if it's meat, everything has to be like cooked to the max and like, you know. But did you gain weight when I don't know, your kids are like, I don't know, 50-year-old already, so it's you're way over that part, huh, that I'm
Yeah,
about
so
to
no,
say.
I didn't, and Dora was very good as well. But the only thing that she had happening was cravings, and it was different. With a boy, I can't remember, it's been so long ago, like 16 years ago, but she had a
People are
craving
gonna
for
think
one
you're
thing.
like a 60-year-old.
Armin's gonna be 15 actually in July.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and Alina's turning 9 next month.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
I mean, okay, so just in terms of the business, in hindsight, would you say it pulled you back? I don't know. What were you doing back then? What is it like 9 years ago, 15 years ago? You weren't as obviously successful as you are now. So like, how did it like pull you back, or like, how did you feel it, change the way that you're doing business?
Well, basically, so when I met Dora in 2006, I moved from Canada to Europe, and
Hmm.
I didn't speak the local language. I didn't want to get a job. I couldn't get a job just like minimum wage, and that was a no-go. So that's how I came online. I started online after failing to do parties because I came to Europe to organize like like really awesome EDM parties. And when that didn't work out because it's a different business climate, I started online and I was an SEO affiliate, building sites. And back then you could use link building techniques to rank the sites, and it was really good. Like I was working a lot, but because I was working for myself, I was flexible to come and go with Dora as things needed to be done. But what happened was we were very young. Like Dora was 20 years old, uh,
Oh, wow.
and I was 24, 25 when Armin was born. And
Crazy.
back then, when you're that immature, you're not ready for a kid. So we kind of
Yeah.
fell into it, and I wasn't there with Armin, like helping Dora as much as I should have. Instead, I was on the computer all day, every day, coming home at 8 o'clock.
And
The
she
only,
was okay with that, or did it push you into like a weird spot in terms
no,
of the
we
relationship?
were good. She wasn't okay with it, but I mean, I didn't recognize, that I actually screwed up. I should have helped her more because there was no external help. We had no help. We had no aunts, uncles, grandparents, nothing. We were like
Yeah.
all alone, and we had no friends who had kids, so we couldn't share, the challenges. Like there's a lot that hit you when you have a kid. Like you'll see,
For sure.
and and Yeah, I wasn't there as much as I was with Alina, but I was there so that we could go to the doctor, we could go shopping whenever we needed to. So I had the flex schedule, but I didn't have the mindset, that, okay, I'm a dad, I have to be responsible. That
Yeah.
came later, with the second kid, like many years later, when Armin was 5.5, 6 years old. That,
It's so different, it's crazy. Like when you have kids that you're older, it's much more planned, you're like
yeah.
it's such a different place. Because how old are you now?
I am now 41 and gonna be 42.
41, that's crazy. Wait, so how do you think it's gonna impact me? What
Uh,
should I be ready for?
you're not gonna be that free to go wherever you want, whenever you want. Because
Uh,
the kid is gonna be
I'm
the
really
new
happy
boss.
to, yeah, I would be really happy to prove you wrong. Maybe I'm not, I live in La La Land, it could be, but I really hope that, oh my God, Meta is down like 5%. Wow, that's crazy. No, the
Yeah.
stock market is like on a spiral.
No
Okay,
wonder, no wonder the performance since the middle of February has been pretty horrible on Meta actually.
really?
It's like
No, middle of February, why?
I don't know, like
Where,
we noticed like a fluctuation in CPMs, like they jacked them up, and a lot of people are saying that they cannot get their bit caps to spend. This is affiliate marketing. I understand that you do e-com, your own product. It's way different, like when you do affiliate and they're
yeah.
squeezing you for that little shit ass payout and Facebook puts up, the CPMs, then your margin goes to nothing. And one day you will make some money, next day you're gonna lose that money you made because it'll go to negative.
But do you actually see a correlation between CPM and CPA?
You do, absolutely. Like now, what
Because
I'm.
I see it completely different. Like sometimes I would get like $140 CPM with a extremely low CPA, and sometimes it's like 40 and it's like super high. I don't see the direct correlation.
I don't, well, to be honest, you're right. I don't see it direct. What I see now is that we have a lot of BitCap campaigns because that's the thing to do right now in affiliate. And they're not spending, like before they blow your budget. The budgets are not set big. Like if you, the old strategy that people used to do, that they would do like a low BitCap and like a super high budget. Facebook knows that people do that. It's not gonna make it spend more, if Facebook wants to spend and you have $100 budget for the day, it's gonna spend over the $100 budget that day.
Yeah.
That's when you know that you need to increase your budget because it can spend more. So, yeah, that's an old myth that people believe,
But you
basically.
know what? It's like, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about some myths. That could be a good topic. Yeah, first of all, I do have some affiliate campaigns that are running. For me, I'm doing mostly, I would say, 60-70% cost cap. And I do see what you're talking about in terms of not being able to spend. It feels like the campaign is a little bit choked.
Yep,
I
exactly.
understand what you mean.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? You know how you feel. You've been advertising for so long that you already feel the system. It's kind of like you close your eyes, you see the fucking Tetris, the Matrix,
Yeah.
thing. It's crazy. It's like it happens when I don't know. You play like PlayStation, Xbox, stuff like that. Do you? Okay, so
No,
when
I
you
don't. I wish.
okay, so when you do something, have you ever played Tetris?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so when you play Tetris to the point where you become like a professional, really good, you can close your eyes and you see the fucking,
Yeah, the blocks, yes.
the blocks and different shapes and stuff, and you can like play with it in your head. It becomes so automated, and this happens with like FIFA, Call of Duty, to me at least. Like I can really imagine you get like a different grasp of the map of like how everything moves.
I
And
understand, I understand. I used to play Warcraft and I remember that's all I did. That was in high school. And
World of Warcraft,
yeah, like World of
I
Warcraft. I loved it,
I never played it.
Oh yeah, I like
I
the
felt like if
strategy
I go
games.
into MMORPG and stuff like that, that would be the end of me.
I know, like I was playing all summer from morning until night,
Yeah, and you see your
full.
grades and your friends, everything goes down.
Yeah.
I know how it feels. So what I was trying to say is that it's crazy how you as an advertiser you feel like the day that the algorithm has like an update where the campaigns all of a sudden start spending out of the blue. Campaigns that were like on like 5,000, 2,000 a day ad spend. They never spent more than 200, and then they spend the full amount. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know this does happen. I had this happen on the 25th of December,
Why do
2020.
you remember dates? Like this is crazy. Why do you remember specific fucking
I
dates?
remember doomsdays and good days because it was Christmas, right? And then we were like not working and shit, and I had BitCap campaigns with like pretty big budgets. And I checked stats, and I'm like $7,000 profit. I was like, holy fuck, like that's a good present, like because every day was, as you said, like it was barely spending anything, and then it just like shot out of nowhere. Maybe because everybody stopped their ads, that they were pushing for Christmas, and then it reset the position in the algo, and it's like boom, like wow, like I was like,
Crazy.
holy crap.
Wait, I want to talk to you about another myth. You know, I had a conversation today, 5 hours ago, with a guy. He's very young. He's very young, more than 10 years younger than me, and also you, of course. And he told me that his business, and he's making a shit ton of it. Two of his channels are basically one, he tells people, hey, I'll get you a Facebook account, TikTok account, you'll be managed, blah, blah, blah. And the second thing, he sells on the agency ad accounts,
Yeah.
myth. And this is crazy because I don't know what you're gonna say, I don't know your stand in it, but what I know or think and believe is that the whole agency account on Facebook at least, yeah,
Mhm.
it was made up by people who sell agency accounts to basically reinforce, the psychological aspect of it. Because what happened is that everybody gets banned. They got banned. They still get banned. And then you start believing in like theories. Maybe if my account was stronger, warmer, harder, whatever, it wouldn't get banned. So there was a product around it that helps you kind of like feel comfortable. And that person told me it's complete bullshit. There is nothing that I can do to help them if they get banned. It's not tagged under an agency, and everyone already goes through the same policy anyways. So if they do something, so what's your stand on it? Is it a
So
myth or not?
I would say it's yes and no. Okay, so I had, as you have probably seen, they flood your Facebook fan page inbox,
Oh yeah.
pretending to be Meta. So
Who is making money out of this shit? I want to know.
the Chinese people actually, it's
Crazy.
like, so they're spamming, and what happened was one of my new employees, her job is basically to upload ads.
And
And
she clicked on it?
she got scared that she'll get in trouble, right? She clicked on it, and they
Oh
they
no.
gained access to the account, and they spent in a couple of minutes $27,000 on the account.
You got it back, I know for
Yeah,
sure.
we got it back. We got it back, but right away all of the BM was banned.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
was locked down. And then because we have Meta Pro, like you have probably Meta Pro as well, they actually unbanned everything, fixed the security stuff. It took a month and a half to make everything, but we got everything back. So there's some truth in that if you have a very close connection with Meta, they can help you
No,
get stuff back.
that is true, but there is no difference between an agency account and a non-agency account because there is accounts and that's it.
Yeah, I
That's what I
agree because I actually have a guy in the US who's running insane numbers for lead gen, like CPL lead gen. And he's like a recent success story. He's coming from drop shipping. So he's been doing drop shipping for years, and then he took a course. There's actually this really, really cool guy who's legit called Gabe Ansel. I don't know if you know Gabe.
I don't.
So he's a Canadian guy who moved to Texas now, and it's all lead gen. He has a very good podcast on YouTube. It's called the Seven Figure
Hmm.
Entrepreneur. Like it's very, very solid. Like the guests are really good. And he took his course, and he started running lead gen on his personal accounts. So he had a personal account in his name, and he had sub accounts, like 3 or 5 sub accounts under that. So it's all personal. It's not an agency, and he is absolutely murdering on bitcaps on a personal account. So this just shows
Yeah.
you that I believe it's more about account history and trust score than if it's an agency or not like personal. So
Yeah. So here's my take on it. So at least in Israel, I don't know how it is in Europe and stuff like that. but you have basically two options. The first option is that you're managed in Dublin, where all of the SMB clients are,
Yeah.
which a part of my business, the arbitrage operation is managed there for me. Okay,
Yeah.
and there they are flooded with clients, not the best kind of like service in terms of what you get. And then, so if you're extremely lucky, you're managed in Israel. And in Israel, you have different, segments. If you're like in beauty, home, emerging, stuff like that, And then if you get a rep in Israel, it's like such a high level. I'm telling you, Attila, it's fucking heaven. You actually have someone to count on. My team over there, outside of like, just beta stuff, and like if they have like, for example, they have like this marketing science department that wants to test brand uplift on Amazon. So they actually have like tools and stuff to that, dashboards that are non-existent for other people, that actually show you. And as a brand owner, that's amazing, because if you can actually, attribution is such a fucking nightmare to begin with, and if you actually can prove that this correlates with Amazon, it's amazing. So it's like stuff like that that sometimes is a game changer. But outside of that, it's just, the availability and stuff, and it's a whole different level. I just love it. I love it really. um,
I'm lucky that I actually have something like that from Meta in Dublin as well. Like, I actually have two. Like, I have the VP because, okay, the thing is, I live in Eastern Europe, and here there's not a lot of people spending a lot of money. You know what I mean? So if you spend a lot of money, then they will give you that kind of thing. Like, it's
yeah,
this, you know what I mean? Like, you get different because it's so easy to be like a big spender
in
here
Europe, yeah.
because there's like no affiliate marketers in Hungary that are doing big. There's a couple, I know them, but there isn't many. Like, there's less than 10, like it's crazy. Whereas in Israel and US, Canada, you have like thousands, that are doing insane numbers. So
Are you gonna be in Affiliate World Budapest?
yeah, like it's close to my house. It's like 15 minutes
No,
from
but
my
are you
house.
gonna actually have like a talk or main
I
stage or
don't know.
something?
I don't know. Like, it
Without
depends.
saying names, I think it's extremely funny that I went on their website today, and I saw like the speakers, and one of the first people there is one of the people who trashes, Affiliate World the most at the moment. Again, without saying any specific names, and it's so funny, that it's not edited, and they actually feature him. It's a little bit funny.
So
Uh,
someone's trashing me at Affiliate World.
not you. Someone is trashing Affiliate World, and he's
Oh.
on the Affiliate World website.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think I
You have to go and check.
yeah, so about trashing Affiliate World, I don't understand the logic behind it because the industry is small, right? And if you're in it for a long term, you don't trash people like that because you never know.
First of all, I don't think he trashes people because he trashes people. And by the way, this is a lot of people think like that. I don't see the benefit in speaking, and saying bad stuff in general, okay?
Yeah.
But I do understand people who speak their minds. Like, I'm telling you, I've heard so much bullshit. The amount of stuff that reaches me, I can't even. It makes me think what doesn't reach me. I heard people saying Air Moto is drop shipping, and we're like fabricating numbers and sales. I've heard, 3 days ago, someone commented on me and Avital's wedding video that she's a gold digger through like a fake Instagram profile, and I'm like,
Wow.
these people, I don't think they understand that we're here, like we are born, we grow up, and then we die. And in between, it's a very limited amount of time. And I think that if these people ask themselves, okay, if this is the last fucking 5 minutes of my life, this is what I want to do, like trash other people, I gain nothing from it, there is no upside to it, through a fake Instagram account, this is my life, then I really, honestly, I'm not saying this just to make me feel
Mm.
good, better. It's like I feel bad for those people.
Yeah.
Regarding affiliate world, it's if you ask that person or people who are talking about that, they would say they're not trashing it. They would say that they actually feel like that. I would personally lie if I would say that when I got to Dubai,
Hmm.
I felt like this was the same conference that I was at, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And then the question is, one side of me says, maybe I'm getting old, like these old people that say, oh, it was good back in the good old days, blah, blah, blah. And then, the other side of me says, it's the industry is changing, everything is changing. At the end of the day, the conference is there to make profits.
That's
If
right.
people who make the profits are people who run gambling and those niches, what can we do? If it was flower
I
stalls, then
agree.
all the fucking conference was selling flowers, you know what I mean?
I agree. I actually, when he started saying stuff publicly like this, I sent him a DM because I'm very good friends since he was a little kid. Like I met him
Me
in
too.
Affiliate Expo in Rome, Italy, when he was just starting out, and he was very bright. Like he's a really smart kid and everything. And I asked him, like, dude, it's not their fault that all these new companies are in the middle, because it's like a democracy. Like whoever has the money can afford it. But
Yeah, they can tell someone, they can probably tell someone new, but between us, even when Affiliate World 3, 4 years ago, there were a lot of people who ran binary and Forex and stuff like that.
I know, and then I told them, like, listen, if e-com companies found value in having a big ass stage in the middle of affiliate world, you would see more big ass e-com companies there. But clearly, the guys that are gonna have the massive 40 or 50K booths in the middle, they're the ones that are making money, so they have the disposable income to afford that location. Like that's what it's
The
all
way
about.
were you in Berlin when they flew us on the STM airplane to Ibiza?
I was in Berlin, but I didn't go there to the.
Oh my God, you missed out on. First of all, we almost didn't make it because everyone was dancing and fucking. The plane was like, the aircraft needed balance and everyone was like running from one side to another. It was the craziest flight I ever been to. But the way I see it, STM Island in Phuket and STM Ibiza, I feel like it grew from something into something else, and that's perfectly fine. And the way I complete with this and other stuff is that I'm saying to myself, I took what I could from it, and I didn't what I didn't, and that's okay. And I'm moving forward.
Yep, that's true.
But
Like it became corporate, right? Like they optimized their balance sheet basically. That's what happened. Like if you go to an American show, they're
it's
half as
different.
boring. Like you know what I mean? Like they're full corporate. Like if you go to LeadsCon, like that is just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
suits,
It's like
and
taking melatonin. Yeah, yeah.
like. But the good news is that right now we have ClickBid. ClickBid is absolutely awesome. It's like STM Island, and it's like craziness.
Yeah, and I think that like everything, if you don't keep it, and if the original person that made it grow is selling it or like leaving its place, it's going to change. When Lorenzo was so cool, this guy, he fucking touches a piece of shit, it's gonna turn into gold.
Yeah.
He's the coolest guy I know. It doesn't matter what he says, what he wears. It's that thing. He could wear a piece of fucking cow leather that was like stripped out of a cow at this moment, and it's gonna look good on him. So. Yeah, when he stopped being there, it lost a lot of the magic, and I think that's just the way it is. Things move. STM was the craziest forum, and then things moved to like Facebook groups, and now it's like Telegram and Twitter,
Yeah, I
and this is
agree.
it
I mean,
trends.
forums are like dead, like because what happened was people join and they don't post, and a forum is all about discussion, right? Like if nobody would post on Reddit and then reply and then upvote, Reddit would die. Same thing with the forum. Just the
Yeah.
forums already died. Like they're holding on, and maybe they will make a return. Like it's all things happen in cycles. So
Yeah, and I also understand, the people who invested or bought back Affiliate World, they want to make their money back. They risked a lot of money and they have to take certain shortcuts. I was a little bit surprised that in Dubai there wasn't the party that usually there is like the opening party like on the first day,
hmm
and there wasn't an opening party. They connected Sigma, and it was like the earlier day, so it was like a little bit
I have no
different?
clue because I had such crazy fever and flu that I missed everything. I didn't go to any party. I didn't even go to the conference just for my
But did,
speech.
but did you go to Dubai while you're there? I
No,
don't
I was
remember.
in Dubai and then we arrived and then Armin was sick and then Alina was sick and then Dora got sick and I got sick right before the conference. So I couldn't go to any event, any party, and I just got like I took a lot of medication and I went to the speech just to not disappoint anybody and then I went back and I was sicker than ever
Oh,
because
I know that feeling. You go back, everything crashes. Your body pushed
yeah.
every percent of energy that you had into that talk, and then you crash completely.
Dude, you
Wow.
can see in my talk, like with on stage with the other guys, that I'm dying towards the end of it because they have the stage lights and they're so warm that I had a fever and I went on stage and then I had like 40 Celsius fever, like absolute
Wow.
disaster. Like I
Oh,
was
wow. You were like
dying. Yeah.
toasted. So you brought all the kids and stuff. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I think I saw a video with you and Armin or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Armin came
First
to
time
the
he was at the
show and
conference?
yeah, he came to the conference and when I had
Was it his first time at the conference?
no, he went to Italian conference, he went to Budapest conference. He's been to a
So how
couple.
was it for him?
No, he likes it. I mean, he knows a lot of people. He knows the younger generation because something interesting that's happening. A lot of the OGs, that I've known since like 2010, like 2009, like a long, even from SEO, they're actually bringing their kids now. Their kids are also teens, they're all like 14, 15, 16, 17, and they're all getting, like the next generation. It's so cool. And then you just connect them and then they like talk
Wow.
nonstop and come up with new ideas.
This is a fucking, crazy experience. I can't wait for my kid to be able to do that if she wants to. But like, this is like super interesting that, for me, one of the things I was mostly resentful for, my dad not being able to kind of like inherit a business to me, teach me like a business. He was a business owner, but it wasn't like something that was, that I wanted to take or that was actually, a business that worth taking. So it's so interesting. I don't know if it's good or bad. They say one generation creates, second generation keeps, the third generation destroys. Because the first generation, they don't have anything, they have a very hard time, and they create it, and the second generation sees how bad the first generation worked to get what they have, so they actually appreciate it, and then the third generation doesn't even remember how hard it was because they got everything on a silver plate and they lose it all.
I think it's a matter of how you raise the kids because and what kind of model you are. Like Dora is very kind, caring, attentive. Like
You
she's
beat them up.
everything I'm not, and I'm always learning new shit. Like always networking and talking with people, and she's like
Mm.
totally opposite. So the kids see that good side and they see the hard working that you have to study, you have to set goals, like and then it works out, I think.
you know I I I, I thought about it now being a dad in a few months. I don't know if I would be able to raise my kids the way that I was in terms of like, for example, if they get bad grades, do you tell them, oh, you need to learn better or you need to study a different way or something like that? Or do you tell them, listen, it doesn't matter. In life, the people who got the best grades have the greatest, lives, and even if they make, decent amounts of money, which usually they don't, or you actually, do you tell them the truth about life, or do you go through that process of like,
Yeah, I understand. Like, yeah, so basically, we always strive to be the best. So if we're in school, we strive to get good grades because that's how you measure that you're the best. So
but who said that getting good grades is the measurement? Why not like having the most friends, or having girlfriend that a very early age?
because you're in a community, right? Like for example, in affiliate marketing, a lot of people will not talk to you unless you do big numbers. That's when the doors open up so that you're invited in to the circles that do big numbers and then you hear things that you didn't know about before, which make it even easier to make even more bigger numbers. You know what I mean? Like they will
Hmm.
drop something. Like let's say that you're doing a shit ton. I don't know how much, but let's say that you're doing $100,000 profit in one day. For you, something that does $5,000 a day idea is not gonna be worth your time. But if someone's friends with you and you're hanging out and you throw him this info, it's gonna change his life. So in the circles, you need to achieve some stuff. And in school, the kids they need to get good grades so that they can fit in to be the smartest in the room, all that stuff. I don't think it decides their faith if they're gonna be sentenced to being like good instruction followers, later in
Yeah.
life, especially early. But in a lot of the cases, if you are hiring employees, it's very, very good idea to hire people that went through, got degrees and all this stuff in university, because after you finish the mandatory schooling, then people that go to university, they want to be there and they show up to every course to get the grades, to get the diploma and the degree, etc., etc. That's why if you're a company owner, you want to hire employees. You're not going to hire like someone that make their own business and has their own ideas. You're going to hire someone who's very, very good at university and they showed up and they, scored
Yeah,
really
but you
good.
don't know them until you don't know how they are until you actually recruit them, which is a different thing. But I think that it changed. 30 years ago, if someone was a lawyer, a dentist, or like an accountant, it was like something to admire or appreciate. Now, the people that I know that are lawyers, dude, I would not let them run a case of me, not picking my dog's poop in the yard. You know what I mean? I would not let them manage anything.
Yeah,
Um,
I understand. Like, I believe that this is depending on which country you're from, because in some countries it's still very prestigious to be a lawyer. Like in the
Really?
United States, anybody can be a lawyer, and a lot of people become lawyers, and the easiest lawyer to be is like this car accident lawyer. And I have lawyer friends in the US, and they hate those guys. Like those guys are like the guys that got the shittiest score on the bar exam and all this other
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They think that they're like
Yeah.
cheap car salesmen. So in the legal world, there's also like the prestigious lawyers, like a star lawyer who can solve any
Yeah.
problem, like the fixer and all
It's
this
just
stuff.
crazy, I was looking for an accountant a few months ago, and it's crazy, the correlation between people who are very good at school, because I actually looked them up, or people who went to school with them, and how good of a salesman or how good of like feedback they got from their clients. There was no correlation between the two, but I think it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. Um, I want to thank you for this. We will definitely do another one. Hopefully, people would have good comments on this. If you have any questions for us that are not technical about our lives, no, I'm joking. But like, if we interested you in some way, then feel free to comment if you see it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, and we will try to ignore you the best that we can. And
No, no, we respond to everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.